YTPC. Padre coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube, saying hello there, YTPC. How the heck are you doing in your world of quarantine and being socially distanced and whatever else is seemingly going on in this crazy world that we're living in today? In fact, my producer has required a warning, so I will go ahead and offer that at this point. You can read that down below, but I'm going to go ahead and try and get this pipe lit, and then I'm going to tell you what it is I'm enjoying in this pipe and what this pipe is. And it was almost a perfectly still evening. Very, very little breeze until I started to make the video. Then all of a sudden it gets breezy. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think we got it now. I am enjoying this evening. There's Cornell and Deal. Visions of Celephais. Celephais? I don't know. Because you've got to be a highfalutin reader of a guy named H.P. Lovecraft to know who Celephais is, much less how to properly pronounce it. In fact, in my alphabet, I don't even have that second to last letter with the little I and the two dots above it. I don't even know what that's called. Speaking of highfalutin, to this evening on the back patio, I am smoking it in this beautiful pipe which has a little white dot on it. If you know anything about a little white dot, you would know that this is a beautiful handcrafted Dunhill pipe. The year of its manufacture is 1985, not my birth year, but I am a member of the class of 85 from high school. So, there you go. How about that? This beautiful pipe, which I'm struggling to get lit this evening in the wind, or the breeze, it's not really windy. Every time, I'm telling you, it's like a little just comes through. This was gifted to me very generously and unexpectedly by a very, very fine fellow in this little community of ours. A guy by the name of Sir James. Smoking this one for you this evening, Sir James. God bless you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. I know this isn't the highest quality video. It is literally being shot on my laptop underneath the light of a porch lamp on the back patio of the vicarage. But it's kind of a nice evening. It is fairly clear. It's a comfortable temperature. I would say it's probably around 70, 72 degrees max. Humidity's on the lower side for once. And just out relaxing. Thought I'd say hi to you guys. I don't even know what I want to talk about other than just this new world, this new life that we're living in. Enjoying this evening, pairing it with this Visions of Celephais. Did I say it differently again? Is some diet ginger ale, which I just think pairs with most pipe tobaccos quite well. Some quick tasting notes on this. what I can tell you about this blend is, number one, this is only maybe my third time having a bowl of it. Number two, I like it. Number three, one of the reasons I like it is it has got to be one of the most unique flavor profiles that I've ever come across in a blend. It reminds me of really nothing I've smoked before. This was, if I'm not mistaken, this was gifted to me by Mark VV, who I don't think goes by the name Mark VV anymore. I think he now goes by the name The Briar Bothy. Don't quote me on that, because I could have it wrong. It could be the Bothy Briar. I can't keep up with the guy. He's constantly changing his name. And we were working a little earlier today trying to do some software stuff to see if we could offer a socially distanced video, probably for BRTV. Shout out to Briar Report and to Phil and the boys over at Briar Report Television. You know what else is going on? I've got a bad lighter. And you know, I don't have access to the Acolyte closet where I am right now. I'm sorry, Blue Dog. Of course, I know I shouldn't be sorry. I should be sorry according to you for my wanton disregard for those supplies. Yeah, I know. But, you know what? Oh, that's so tasty. Next door, the neighbor's floodlight came on. I think it might have actually given me a little extra light. Would it be inappropriate for me to go out and say, hey, could you turn all the floodlights and point them toward me? Probably wouldn't be a nice thing. Yep. Yeah, this is just such a unique tobacco or blend. If I'm not mistaken, it's got Virginia, Burley, Kentucky, and I don't recall what else. And I'm having a tough time reading this tin out here in this low light with my old eyes. You can look it up for yourself. And if you're ever looking for that blend that's just going to be something different, you need something different to scratch an itch. I'm telling you, this is the blend for you. This could be my little, maybe my thumbnail, right? Now, that was a stupid smile. How about? Okay. And I'm just having the dickens getting it lit. For one reason, I chose an old lighter, which I should have just... Oh, it's got some fluid in it. It's a cheapo from the dollar store, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no breeze. Now I think I might have her going. So, let's talk about COVID for a moment, just for a moment. I want to share with you my frustrations about this whole thing. And I know, all things considered, I should be thankful. I think most of you know I had a cousin who was in the hospital for over 3 weeks, on a ventilator for over 2 weeks. 45 years old, no previous medical history of anything, healthy as could be. So, didn't really fit the profile, right? But was very sick, was near death at one point, and continues to recover now at home. Praise God, doing well. But here's what's been aggravating me lately. Politicians. Now, that shouldn't surprise you. And I'm going to be very bipartisan in my rant for the moment, because the president is a Republican. My governor is a moderate Democrat, and not my mayor, but the mayor of New Orleans, which is next door to where I live, which has a great amount of influence on where I live, even though we don't get to vote for the mayor there, is I'm not even going to say a liberal Democrat, because that's not fair to liberal Democrats. She's just a dumb... I'm not going to even finish. Okay, so here's the problem with all three of those folks, and probably politicians all across the nation. They have required us to stay home, and that's probably a very smart thing for us to do. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I have a problem with, and I'm going to start with the president, but it's the same for my governor, it's the same for this mayor, getting up on a stage daily and holding a press conference with 16 or 20 people, wagging your finger into the cameras because there's cameramen everywhere, talking to the reporters because there's reporters everywhere, and telling them socially distanced, but you got 26 people up on the stage and you're not socially distanced, and put your mask on, but not a one of them wears a mask. You know, and seriously, do we need to have daily, and this is more at the local and state level, do we really need to have daily updates telling us how many people have been diagnosed and how many have died? I just don't think we do. Not in person. Why are all these cameramen having to come there? Why are all these reporters coming there? Why are all these people on stage? You know, what's that about? It's political narcissism is what it's about. It's about getting your face in front of the TV every day, and it's free. It's free advertisement for you. And it just burns me up because there's an expectation. Not only are they wagging their finger and saying socially distance and wear your mask, although we're not going to do it when we're on camera, and we're going to invite all these reporters and cameramen into this area. But so over the past month, I have not been able to hold church services. And most churches haven't. And those who are probably disobeying their secular leaders, and that's not a good thing. Okay? Teachers have not been able to teach in the classroom. For goodness sakes, doctors are having to do telemedicine visits. Can you imagine this kind of interaction with your doctor and you're trying to show him the mole that's growing on your butt? That's not a good way. Not a good way to practice medicine. Here's my point in all of this. I knew nothing about how to do live streaming of a service in my church's sanctuary a month ago. I had to learn on the fly, and I had to learn quickly. And teachers all across this land have had to learn how to use Zoom to be able to instruct their students. And doctors all across this land have learned how to use Zoom in order to do telemedicine. And just about every other career. Lawyers are meeting with their clients through this kind of online digital interaction and trying to figure out all the safeguards for confidentiality with it and such. And we know that Zoom has actually had some problems with that. But here's the deal. All of us have stepped up and tried to learn how to do that so that we can continue doing the work that we need to do for the people that we serve. But the politicians haven't. The president has never given a virtual press conference. My governor has never given a virtual press conference. The mayor's never given a virtual press conference. How come they're not sitting in their office like this and saying, hey, you know what? Email me your questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Wouldn't that actually be modeling the very thing you're asking your citizens to do? That annoys the crap out of me, to be quite honest. They're requiring something of us that they themselves are not doing. And again, I don't think the requirement is wrong or bad, necessarily. I think it's wrong and bad, and I think it's going to bite them in the butt because this is an image issue. That you wag your finger telling us how to do something, and you're not willing to do it. None of these politicians have taken one iota of their time to go and learn how to do a Zoom conference or to use YouTube Live or Facebook Live to offer their press conferences virtually. Okay. Rant over. As always, if you disagree with my opinion, you can leave a comment below, and if you say something really stupid, I'm probably going to pin you to the top and call you the dumbass of the day. It's what I do, especially to trolls. Speaking of trolls, Martin, over a pipe. No, he's not a troll, but he uploaded some videos lately. His videos have been getting interesting. And in his PMS video, that stands for Pleasant Monday Smoke, he actually took on some trolls. Well, hi there, Jazzy. Thanks for coming in and seeing everybody. How are you? You doing good? This is Jasmine. Yes, this is the Swamp Dingo. Check out Martin. He's really close to 1,000 subs. Over a Pipe is the name of his channel. If you're not a subscriber, go on over, give him a sub. And watch his more recent videos in particular, because he's going to give you a phone number and you can actually leave him a voicemail. And apparently, I haven't caught one of his lives lately, but when he's doing lives now, I guess he's using the phone some sort of way, so he's actually interacting with his audience. But the president doesn't do it that way, and the governor doesn't do it that way, and the mayor doesn't do it that way. And again, I'm being bipartisan in my hatred of politicians today. Yeah, and I wish I would have packed this a little bit better. This pipe, folks, it's gorgeous. I'm undeserving of it. It's so lightweight. It's so beautiful. It's a Dunhill. This pipe probably cost more than my house. Sir James, I don't know what that's about, but thank you, sir. You're too kind. So that's my rant. I don't know. Maybe let me get back into positivity. I know a lot of people like to, they leave me comments. They say, Padre, we love your channel. You're so positive. And I just went off on a rant. So let me tell you something positive. Let me just try one more time like this. And here comes the breeze. Okay. I bet you that over the past month, you're going to say your life has changed pretty significantly. There's things that you're doing now that you weren't doing then. Things you're not doing now that you were doing then. Here's what I want you to think about. And I'm actually going to assign this as a like a little assignment to my youth at church. I want you to think about something that is different now, that you're doing now, or maybe that you're not doing now, that when this is all over with, you want that part to sort of be an influence. You want it to remain. Something that's a blessing that's come out of this, that you'd like to keep it around. And really focus on that. And the reason I'm saying that is, you know, I have almost daily phone conversations with my folks. I try to call several of them every day just to check in and say hi. When I say my folks, I'm talking about my parishioners. And particularly, I'm talking about my older, elderly parishioners, especially those that live alone. Because I know this is hard on them. They're lonely. They, you know, you don't need me to explain that. But one of the things I've found is the ones who seem to be doing the best, having the best sort of an emotional, psychosocial adjustment to this, are the ones who are finding a blessing in this. That it's hard on them. There's no doubt about that. But they've figured out a way to also find, to use the proverbial sort of cliche, the silver lining in the cloud. And I think that's wonderful, and I think that shows great strength of character, and I think that's the sort of internal resource that it's an intangible, that when you've got that, and I think all of us inherently have that in us, some of us don't work hard enough to strengthen it and develop it. And so we lean more toward the moan and groan sort of persona when we should be leaning more toward the gratitude. And I'm guilty of it. You just heard me do a rant for I don't even know how long, right? But I think if you would just focus and find one or two, even just one thing that has come out of all of this over this past month or so, that you're saying, you know, except for the fact that I had to go through this, I would not have experienced that. And then figure a way to take that forward with you when this is over with. And it's going to be a time when this is over with. Are things going to be exactly the same? No, probably not. They're going to be close. Yeah, they're going to be closer. I mean, there's a lot of doomsdayers out here. Oh, we'll never have blah, blah, blah. Stop. Just stop. You know. But find that blessing that's going on right now. The thing that for some people, I've heard some younger folks, married couples, families saying, you know, husband and wife, we get to work at home right now, and we're having lunch with each other every day, and we never have a chance to do that because I work here, she works there. And you know, they're already planning on how do they make that happen. Obviously, if they're working in two different locations, some point in the future when they're both back at their separate places of employment, they won't be able to do that every day, which is why they should appreciate it now. But they may be able to find a way to do that once a week or even once a month, which is going to be more frequent than they were doing it a month ago. So finding that blessing and building it into life. I think it's a wonderful time. And I'm going to have my kids do that. I said the youth group, I'm going to have them wrestle with that. I want to hear, in fact, I think what I'm going to ask them to do is I'm going to ask them to record a very brief video of what their answer to that question is. And maybe I'll string that together and use that in a church service, you know, as a part of the homily or maybe the homily. Let the kids do the preaching that day. What is the blessing that they found in all of this moving forward? We can learn a lot from young folks, I'll tell you that. And we can learn a lot from our elders too. So anyway, I know I'm just kind of on a ramble tonight, and I don't know where any of this is going. I just haven't been on the virtual airwaves for I don't know how long. I've been missing it. I've been very busy because I've been learning how to do things differently, and that's been the hardest part for me, is just trying to learn to do it differently. So I want to get back. One of the things I want to do in the next 24, 48 hours is watch some more YTPC videos. That's fallen by the wayside for me just because of everything I've been up against and having to do and such. And I want to do that. I got chance to, well, here's another recommendation for you. I got chance to watch Redcoat's Returns, a couple of his videos the other night. And if you don't know who Redcoat's Return is, check that out too. Another fantastic channel in our community. Wonderful, wonderful content. Great guy. And so that's two recs for you tonight. Martin from Over a Pipe and Redcoat's Return. Beautiful scenery where he lives. Just great guy. Anyway, so that's what I want to do in the next day or so, is just spend some time watching some more YTPC videos. Haven't had a chance to do it and been missing it. Been missing making the content and getting it out there, and been missing each and every one of you. But here it is. And one more video. Again, probably not the greatest thing. I had nothing planned to talk to you about today. I just felt like I needed to turn the camera on and say hello and give a couple of shout outs. And again, Mark VV and I have been working. We would really like to get a BRTV video up really soon, and so I'm hoping we can do that if we can figure out the software using Skype or some other product where we can socially distance and make a video. I'm at my place, he's at his place. We're enjoying something together, some sort of blend or pipe, and be able to put a video up about it. over on the Briar Report Television Network. So, and there's another shout out to Phil and the whole gang over at BRTV and BriarReport.com. So look, that's enough of a ramble from me tonight. Really have been missing you guys on the virtual airways. So glad I had a few seconds with you tonight, and hopefully we can start getting back to some sense of something normal. And I'm hoping I can give you some more videos, and actually some better videos than this ramble that I had going tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now, go finish my bowl, concentrate on lighting it and keeping it lit. And again, if you're looking for something that is just different, I mean, this is just really different, this is the blend for you. C&D Visions of Celephais, with that letter that I don't know what it is, an I with 2 dots on the top. I don't know what you call that. You guys have a great one. This is Padre wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings.